You think it's love. But these 10 signs prove you're in a toxic relationship, and the scariest part, you probably don't even realize it yet. If you recognize 3 or more of these, you need to watch until the end, because awareness is the first step to breaking free. Sign number 1, you've become someone you don't recognize. You edit your words before speaking. You apologize for things that aren't your fault. You say, "I'm just being sensitive," when you're actually being hurt. This is called fawning, a trauma response identified by psychologist Pete Walker. It's when you learn that keeping the peace is safer than speaking your truth. You're not maintaining a relationship. You're managing someone else's emotions while abandoning your own. If you're constantly walking on eggshells in your own home, that's not love. That's survival mode. Sign 2, control wrapped in concern. They don't demand. They suggest. They don't forbid. They worry. Why do you need to go out tonight? I just care about you. I don't want you to get hurt. It sounds loving until you realize you've stopped making choices, until you hear their voice in your head even when they're not around. Research shows that coercive control, this pattern of domination disguised as care, is present in 76% of abusive relationships. That's how toxic control works. It doesn't show up as chains. It shows up as concern. And by the time you notice, you're already asking for permission to be yourself. Sign number 3, you start doubting your own memory. They say things like, that never happened. You're overreacting. You're too emotional. And so you start rewriting your own story just to keep theirs intact. This is gaslighting, a term that comes from the 1944 film where a husband manipulates his wife into questioning her sanity. Studies show 25% of young adults report experiencing this in relationships. It's not about being right. It's about control. Once they make you doubt your truth, they own the narrative. And the worst part, you become your own gaslighter, telling yourself it wasn't that bad. Sign number 4, you're always the one fixing things. You apologize first, even when you are the one hurt. You reach out after every fight. You chase their affection like oxygen. And when they pull away, it feels like the world is ending. That's not love. That's anxious attachment. The need to feel seen by someone who keeps disappearing. Psychologist John Bowlby found this pattern often stems from childhood emotional neglect. When you learned that love was conditional and had to be earned through perfect behavior, you're not in a partnership. You're in a one-person relationship, doing all the emotional work while they reap all the benefits. Sign number 5, your world has shrunk to just the 2 of you. Not because they explicitly told you to stop seeing friends, but because it's easier than explaining why you're not okay. You start canceling plans, making excuses, avoiding questions. Research on domestic violence shows that isolation is one of the earliest warning signs. Abusers systematically cut off support systems to increase dependency. And that's exactly how toxicity thrives, in isolation, where there are no outside voices to tell you this isn't normal. Your friends aren't dramatic for being concerned. They're seeing clearly what you can't. If you've recognized yourself in any of these first 5 signs, the next 5 will hit even harder. But stay with me, because understanding these patterns is how you begin to break free. Sign number 6, you feel like you're always on trial. Every question is a trap. Every silence feels like punishment. You start scanning their tone, their body language, the smallest sigh. You're reading their mood like your safety depends on it, because emotionally, it does. This is hypervigilance, when your nervous system is constantly searching for danger. You're not living in a relationship, you're living in survival mode. Trauma researcher Dr. Bessel Kolk found that chronic hypervigilance rewires your brain, keeping you stuck in fight or flight even when the threat has passed. You shouldn't have to predict someone's emotions just to feel safe in your own home. Sign number 7, you've started believing it's your fault. You tell yourself you're too dramatic, too needy, too broken. Maybe if you were better, they wouldn't get so angry. Maybe if you tried harder, they'd finally be happy. But here's the truth. You're not too much. You've just been made to feel small by someone who needed to feel big. Psychologists call this internalized blame, when victims of emotional abuse adopt their abuser's narrative to make sense of the chaos. That's not your flaw. That's their control mechanism. And the moment you stop accepting responsibility for their behavior is the moment you start healing. Sign number 8, the same argument over and over. They hurt you. They apologize. They change. For a week, and then the cycle repeats. This is intermittent reinforcement, a conditioning pattern so powerful it's used in casinos and slot machines. Psychologists Dutton and Painter found this pattern of random rewards after pain accounts for 55% of why abuse survivors stay attached. You're not weak for staying. You're responding exactly how your brain was designed to respond to unpredictable love. But here's what they don't tell you. The cycle doesn't break itself. Someone has to step off the wheel. Sign number 9, you've gone numb. You don't cry anymore. You don't fight. You just exist. That's not strength. That's emotional shutdown, your mind's last defense against unbearable pain. Dr. Judith Herman, who pioneered trauma research, calls this psychological numbing, when your brain protects you by disconnecting from feelings entirely. But here's the dangerous part. Numbness feels like peace. It's not. It's the calm before you completely lose yourself. And one day, you look at them and realize you don't love them anymore. You just fear what happens if you leave. Sign number 10. You keep waiting for them to change, but deep down, you know you're the one who must. You've read the articles, watched the videos, made the lists of red flags, and yet you stay, hoping tomorrow will be different. But here's the truth that no one wants to hear. You can't heal in the same place that broke you. You can't find peace in the person who caused your chaos. The moment you stop making excuses for their behavior is the moment you begin to remember who you were before the pain. That's not weakness. That's awakening. You deserve a love that doesn't keep you small, a love that doesn't rewrite your truth, a love that doesn't make you question your worth every morning. Toxic love feels powerful, but real love feels peaceful. And maybe that's what healing truly is. Learning that peace isn't boring, it's safe. So if you recognize yourself in these words, don't be ashamed. You're not broken. You're finally seeing clearly. Because awareness is the first step out of the dark. And you've already started walking. If this spoke to your soul, you need to watch my next video. Traits of people who have suffered too much. It dives even deeper into the hidden patterns pain leaves behind. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop a comment below. Which sign hit you hardest? Your story might help someone else feel less alone. Understanding yourself is how healing truly begins.